First of all, thanks everybody for pulling up. Appreciate y'all coming to the show today. Thank you for checking us out as always. Um, Today's guest is Eem Triplin. Somebody who I've wanted on the show for a good minute. Um, Eem is crazy talented. Been making a lot of noise like this whole year. He's had a really great year. So there's plenty to talk about. I definitely wanted to find out more about him and kind of let Double XL and all of our viewers and all of our readers find out more about Eam because I think he is in position to make a lot of noise next year and kind of continue on what he built this year. So yeah, that's pretty much it. He already in here, so I will get him on here right now. Damn, Eam put me on. Okay. You're not Eam Triplin. I'm definitely not. Thank you for noticing. All right. Oh wait.
Yo,
No, we're nuts.
good
What's good,
boy.
man? Yo, the comments are completely ridiculous.
They on your ass, man. They like, it's not Eem.
All right. Right. Like, where is he? Put him on now. All right. No, for sure. But again, man, thank you. Thank you for doing the show. Wanted you on the show for a minute now. Glad we get to do it. Just start from the top, man. I know you were making beats first, before you started rapping. Kind of how, let's kind of start from kind of like the base. Like, how did you get into music, period? Like, kind of how did you know this is something
Honestly,
you
it
want to
was
do?
just like I was just doing it for real. Like, I don't know. It was just something I was always doing. My brother, he was making beats, so I was like, just started playing with the program. You know what I'm saying? And it was just something I was doing. Like, how people play video games. I was just making beats. Things like that.
What, what
FL
program did
Studio.
you start on? Okay. I don't know why I assume that's what it is. I don't know. It's something about FL. It's like everybody's entry point, and it's like like that's like what gets everybody started somehow. Um. Okay, so you basically making beats was like your interest, like how just like you said, how a lot of kids play video games or like sports and stuff like that, but like beats was your thing pretty much. Um. Kind of how did they sound
I'm
back
gonna
then? Like what kind of beats
complain.
were you
There was
making?
some shit. I mean, obviously, like everybody who started off, there was, what I'm saying. There was boo boo, but they definitely, evolved as things started, progressing. It got better. You know what I'm saying? Like at first, I was really making like I don't know. I went through like an era just making like hard ass shit, like real like trap shit. But then I was just like, I just hopped on a whole nother bag. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Um, so I mean, I wanted to ask kind of about the sound of your beats now. I mean, because it's very distinct. Nobody else's beats sound like that. Um, Kind of how did you get to that sound? Because like you said, you started kind of with like the trap shit, and then you moved on to something completely different. How did you even like get
Honest, I
there?
don't know. It's just like over time, I just wanted to start doing different shit. Like I get bored of how one thing sounds, so I'm just like, let me just try another thing. And just I started working with more people, like my boy Charlie Miles. Like that's who I really be locked in with. And then with him, I just grew the sound. Like you know what I'm saying, just grew it, and it just started getting better and better.
Right. Um. Okay. So you were making beats. What year was that when you were like making beats and like putting them out and like people could hear them? They're
Um,
out there on the street.
Probably like whenever I really started getting consistent with it in like 2017 for real. That's whenever I really started like posting shit, and it really started going up.
So then, when did you start rapping, and kind of
I
what
was
made
I
you
was
want to
rapping
do
the
that?
whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like I was always rapping, but I don't know. It just kind of, you know, I was always rapping, but it just picked up. You know what I'm saying? So just started to notice it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was rapping the whole time.
So okay, so how is that working? Where people did you feel like more known for the beats, and then they caught up, and then you became kind of known for
Yeah, I
both
was
at a
really
certain
just
point? Is
known for
that
the
kind of how it
beats,
worked?
but now I'm really just known as a rapper now, I guess.
how do you feel? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, what's that like transition like? Like knowing that you were rapping the whole time, but people just wanted the beats, and then now they
It's
want
cool.
both.
You know what I'm saying? I guess it's just the point of elevating. Like I said, like I'll get bored or something. I think I was just getting bored of just being a producer. So I was just like, you know, it's just time for me to do something crazy. You know what I'm saying?
What do you feel like was the first song you put out that like started to get like traction, where you're like, okay, people are
Awkward,
paying attention to this now?
awkward. You know what I'm saying? After that, that's what really got me here. Like no other song I dropped before that had real emotion except for that one.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like, I mean, at least from me, from outside looking in, do you feel like the success of Awkward kind of worked backwards and made your other songs kind of pick up too? Because it looks like you have, like, obviously that's like your huge
Nah,
song, but
I
everything else is
think
like
it's
doing pretty
the
well too.
opposite. I feel like I ain't had no other songs out before that. Everything I dropped after that is what went up. I mean, I had songs out, but none of the songs before that really, you know what I'm saying, went up. It was everything after that. You know what I'm saying? Except for one song, maybe New Jack City, but it was everything after that that really, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
went up. I feel like it was just me capitalizing on the moment, I guess.
So, Awkward Freestyle, when it blew up, kind of how did you find out, or how did you realize that oh, this is
Um,
this is completely different from what I was doing before?
I don't know. It was all like it wasn't really like a point where I was like, oh shit, my song is blowing up, because I was really the reason why it blew up. All the shit I was doing to promote it,
Mm-hmm.
so it was like I'm really the reason, and I know every reason of okay why it would go up this day, why it wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm the one really pushing this shit, but I don't know. I kind of just realized like the first day after I previewed it and it started getting reception, I was like, damn, if I capitalize on this shit right, I could really do something with it, because I could see how people was connecting to the shit. So I was just like, you know, like from that point on, I was kind of like, nah, this is something real. Like I don't know, it felt different than the love I was getting off the beats. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Um, in this year, of course, after Awkward Freestyle, after it takes off and stuff like that, like I think what's kind of unique in your situation is you didn't you didn't get like gun shy. Like you kept putting songs out after that, and you were putting out like it's like a lot of music, and you never like really back down. And I know sometimes when artists have like a song that gets big, they get a little bit more. I get a little bit more like uptight, a little bit tighter about putting out music, because you never know what's gonna happen with the next song. But you kind of just kept pushing and kept putting stuff out, and you kind of referred to that when you said capitalizing on the moment. So kind of where did that come from, where you were like, that's the decision I'm gonna make, and also kind of like the
Shit, because
confidence to even do that?
I realized, I'm like, damn, if the one song I put out of all the songs I put out, blew up whenever it's on my beat, I mixed the song, I came up with everything, I wrote the song, mixed the song, made the beat, everything. I'm like, damn, that all happened because of me. So it's like, if people like me because of me, then can I really miss? I don't know if I'm just being myself. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. It's like, I was really just, you hear me that I cut out? Uh, Yeah,
No,
I'm
no,
just
you're good.
like,
You're good. That was me.
because everything I was doing was by myself. It's not no facade. I was like, I made the beat. Everything I was talking about was shit that I know. So it's like, I really feel like, um, I don't know. Whenever you are yourself, like nothing really can. I mean, you can't go wrong. You won't. I don't know. I just have confidence in myself because everything I do is because I'm me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Um. So Just Friends video is out. Just Friends is doing well now. Um. Kind of how do you feel about that song, and what it's doing
I
now, and
like
kind
it.
of the
I'm
position it's
happy
putting you in?
because it's a song that's it's my best performance song since then, since Awkward. So it's just like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
I could really do it twice. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, just based off me being me. You know what I'm saying? That's a song that wasn't hard for me to make. You know what I'm saying? It's really the songs that aren't that hard for me to make, that I'm just really doing me, that go up. So I don't know. I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy because that just solidifies what I was thinking already. That like, okay, like if I just be me and do me, that you know what I'm saying, shit could keep going. Like, don't, you ain't gotta do no facade. You ain't gotta do no fake rap shit. Just be yourself.
Right. A lot of your songs are about like women and dating and the stuff that's happened to you and kind of things like that. Why did you choose like that subject matter over, like you said, anything? You could have made songs about anything you wanted, but you kind of chose
Yeah,
that
cause
and
it's
you're
some real
excelling at it.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got their problems within their love life. Like, man or women, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you attracted to, it don't matter. It's like everybody go through that in some shape or form sometime in it. So I feel like it's just some
Mm-hmm.
real nigga shit that everybody can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's the one thing I feel like everybody in the world will be able to relate to at some point in their life, and not even particularly
Right. Uh.
women. Like, it's a lot of ladies that listen to my shit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like that, probably
Right.
related back to their situation. So, and it's all about people interpret the music for themselves. It don't got to be. You don't got to relate to what I'm going through. You apply it to your situation.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. We also have Let You Know now, with Snot, who you've been working with for a while now. You've done shows together and stuff like that. How did you
Uh,
two kind of build that relationship?
Shit. He was just hopping on my beats off YouTube. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's really like that, and then we just locked in.
Well, okay, no, that makes sense. I know that you were just on the Europe tour
Not
with
the Europe
Lucki.
tour. We in Canada.
And you're about to do,
Yeah.
oh, it's Canada. Yeah, right. And you're about to do the US
Yes, sir.
leg, I think, early next year, right? So kind of what was that experience like? Was that like your first like tour? And I know like the US one is going to be even bigger. Like kind of what has the
It
experience
was it
been
was
like?
nice. It's not my first tour because I've been on tour with Snot, but like I wasn't performing whenever I was with
Mm-hmm.
Snot, so it's kind of different now because now like okay, more people know me and now I'm the performer, so it's a different experience now. But I feel like it's good that I got the experience of
Mm-hmm.
not being the performer and being the one in the background to like being
Mm-hmm.
the one that is performing and people are looking at.
When you were on this not tour before, you said you weren't the
I was
performer. What
just
was your
there,
role on that tour?
literally.
It counts. You said I was just there. It counts. It matters, right? I mean, it matters too. And I think you spoke to that too. Just when you said like you glad you had the experience of not being the performer because now you see what goes into it. Like even when it's not you on stage and you not having to
I
perform,
mean,
you
I'm gonna
know
come clean.
kind of
I
what
was
it
damn
takes and
near
stuff like
performing
that.
because
Especially.
I was like a hype man. Bro, be performing. I'm just on there
Mm-hmm.
turning up. I mean, having fun. So it was like every night, just as much energy he put into his performance, I'll just be in the back, just doing, because I naturally got that energy. So I'll just be in the back, turning up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I did perform at two of his shows, saying on his last headline tour, but
Mm-hmm.
like, other than that, I ain't performed the whole tour. But like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'll just be on some. It would still feel like I performed. I go out there, I jump around, do all the shit that the performer would do. I just wasn't the one with the mic in my hand. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, kind of what have you kind of taken from being on the road with somebody like Lucky, especially with how his career has really kind of taken off over the last couple of years and all the time that he's put in. I think when I first saw that the two of y'all were going on tour together, I thought it was like a really interesting fit because I think just the kind of different energies work together really well. So kind of what's your perspective on specifically working with
It
Lucky and
made me
being out there
realize
with him?
that having a real fan base is everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that, that with time, that's what brings out, with time, consistency, and just keep on working, that's what really brings out the fans, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what gets people working, like, rocking with you. Because I realize I'm like, I'll go out there and I'm like, shit, these motherfuckers don't know me. Sometimes the crowd, they wouldn't be moving, and it's like, okay. But then they go out there and see him, and that's like, okay, that's what they wanted to see. And it's just like, I don't know, it just made me realize that, it's a lot more work you gotta put in to get people to really fuck with you.
Right. It's just right. I mean, I think you already have the consistency. It's just, being around, existing, kind of being in their face and stuff like that. And, like that stuff kind of grows just over time. And of course, I think like the tour will definitely make a big difference too. I know you've kind of hinted at it a couple of times about putting out a project, like a new project. What can you actually share about it? I know there's still some secrecy.
I don't know. Whenever it's ready, y'all gonna know that it's ready. I'm kind of just making shit right now. Like I'm just making shit, and then we just gonna see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Whenever it's together, when it's ready, folks gonna know. I don't even know yet. I'm just really making songs. You know what I'm saying? But whenever it's ready, it's gonna be complete. Things happen whenever it's supposed to happen.
Right. What do you think are your can't miss songs? Like, of course, awkward because of how big it is, but are there other songs that you're like, people need to hear these to kind of figure out where I'm coming from and kind of like understand what I'm doing?
Man, honestly, I don't know. I feel like folks gonna like what they like. Just listen to everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ask before you make your whole opinion, listen to everything. It's no song in particular because shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like all my songs. You know what I'm saying? I feel like all of them is just as fire. Like I don't like dropping anything in my opinion that I don't feel fully confident on. So I feel like all of them shits, like nothing in particular that I'm like, I feel like they're all equally hard. Yeah. But it's all about
Mm-hmm.
the listening, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Do you just, I mean, sorry to cut you off. Do you feel like your success now and kind of how you're getting pretty much bigger by the day, you feel like it's just like your time kind of thing? Do you feel like it's just time
Because
now?
I've
Is
been
that how you
doing
kind
this
of
shit
see
for
it?
a minute, so it's just like I feel like everything happens whenever you're ready for it, and the way it's been happening, I feel like I've been transitioning smoothly into it because I'm ready. Everything happens whenever you're mentally ready for it.
What would you say is the biggest moment in your career so far?
It ain't happened yet. Everything that's happening is just, all right, that's cool, but I don't think it really happened yet. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I don't really think it happened yet.
Is there something that you're like looking forward to, or something that would have to happen in your career where you go, okay, like we're here, or it's just like you just kind of
Never
going and
know till that
taking it as it
happens. I
goes?
might fucking go home today, some shit happen, and then that's what make me realize you never really know what you know. You never really know what it take you to that moment and make you realize things. Like, I don't know, it could be somebody just coming up to you saying,
Mm-hmm.
"Damn, bro, like this, that, and the other," or it could just be something big, like an artist co-signing me. You know what I'm saying? It's like you never really know till that happens, honestly. So you have that moment.
Right, right. Um, what's just to start wrapping it up, what's something that most people don't know about you? Like they would be shocked, I guess, to find out about you. Could be anything, like interest you have or something.
Good question. I don't know. I feel like I put everything out there. I mean, Triplin is my last name. That's something that you should know.
Oh, so like it's
Yeah,
your actual last name, such your stage name.
that's some that's something cool, right?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm gonna come clean. Like I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised that
Nah,
that's like your actual name. It's not the
it
stage name.
do.
So I mean, that does count. Yeah, it definitely counts. Okay, so before we head out of here, is there anything you want to throw out there that I didn't ask you about? Anything you want to bring up,
Shit.
promote, anything you
Tour,
want?
Lucki tour. Um, I just shot the best music video in the world, so that next. Of course, I'm gonna be dropping shit. Just be patient with me, please. Like I gotta let things come. I don't like rushing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, or at least I don't like dropping. You know, things that are subpar. I like to bring the best, and sometimes it might take a little bit of time for me to get inspired. So just be patient with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just y'all gonna know what's next. I try to let everybody know. I try to be very transparent with everything. So y'all gonna know whenever I know.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate the please be patient with me because I was like, they're definitely in the comments like, when you drop any specific song, when you put this on, when you put that on, and I'm like, I'm sure it's much more worse like in your comments, like when you just post on IG, people bring it up all the time. So, right. I think the patience part is important. I think also too you've built up the goodwill. Like you've put out a lot of good songs over in a pretty much short amount of time now. If you're just talking about the year, so people have every reason to give you the benefit of the doubt and just let you work.
Nah,
Just let you do what
that's
you
a
got to do.
fact. That's a fact.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes,
Well,
sir. Nah,
thank you, man. I
appreciate
appreciate the
you, bro,
time.
for having me on.
Of course,
Hell yeah, stay
man.
up.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. All right.